Welcome back to the Arc Arena. It's the second game of our CUNYAC doubleheader between the Bloodhounds of John Jay and your Baruch College Bearcats. Baruch riding a 2-game winning streak, coming off a win on Friday against City College. 8-1 in the conference, 11-9 overall. They host John Jay, 15-5 overall, also 8-1 in the conference. First place matchup here tonight, Joe. Once again, Joe Stolzer, David Just. Joe, big matchup tonight.
David, John Jay and Baruch, again, heavyweight fight, CUNY rivals. Baruch coming off a really nice win. But here's the thing. Coppin for Baruch coming up with 28 points. Big game against City College. Coach Alisi's got Coppin and Goldberg in the starting lineup. So that's interesting because usually they, go in one for the other. So how's that going to go? Now, Bradbury for John Jay, almost 7 feet. Let's see what kind of problem he might present, if any, for Baruch. But big game, as you said, a lot at stake.
And, Joe, it's rare you see a 3-team tie on top of the CUNYAC conference. Baruch get their first conference loss against one of those other 8-1 teams, Lehman. They lost by a point at Lehman, so you could already kind of predict that this one's going to be a torrid affair here against John Jay.
David, that Lehman was really a shot in the, that was a big hit, let's put it this way. Because other than that, Baruch is on their way. That game is a real blemish. But, hey, listen, it can only make Coach Alisi and his squad stronger.
So we are moments away from tip-off here, and I think it's going to be imperative, Joe, tonight for Baruch to get off to a fast start as they play against here at John Jay.
Well, we know Nicholson has got to get going. That's really the script. After that, the really great shooting of the breeze. Obviously, Minnick is such a key factor. And again, Coppin, very active. Goldberg, great body control. There's so many different variables that really help this Baruch team. But Baruch, again, has to get off to a good start. And, David, the other thing, offensive rebounding, keeping possessions alive. And as you know, I'm a big points in the paint guy. So that's going to be key.
So we're moments away from tip-off. Let's send over to Marty Collins for your starting lineup.
A 6'3" junior winner from Yonkers, New York. Number 0, 5'11" senior guard from New York City. Number 3, Carolina County. A 6'2" senior guard from Hempstead, New York. Number 12, Jordan Evelyn. A 6'4" sophomore wing from Brooklyn, New York. Number 13, Sal Randall. And a 6'9" senior forward from the Bronx, New York. Number 20, Emmanuel Identical. The head coach of the Bloodhounds is Ryan Highland. The associate head coach, David Muchnick, and the assistant coaches, Stephen Kennington, Kevin Moriarty.
Can you get that?
Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet tonight's starting lineup. The College Bearcats. A 6'3" freshman forward from Brooklyn, New Gerard, number 30, Gerard Nicholson. A 6'6" sophomore forward from Staten Island, New York, number 24, Gordon. A 5'11" senior guard from Staten Island, New York, number 1, Gerard Nicholson. A 6'3" senior guard from New York City, number 12, Peter Douvres. And a 6'7" graduate student forward from Watertown, New York, number 22, Brandon Goldberg. The head coach of the Bearcats is John Alisi. The assistant coaches are Robert Alisi, Darryl Crawford, Zain Osorio, and Jamel Fair. Now, let's play ball.
What's up? How you doing, man?
So we are moments away from tip-off, getting some love from Coach Ryan Highland of John Jay, who's pretty much been here as long as I have, Joe. 10 years coaching John Jay.
Yeah, I'll tell you, he's the Tom Cruise of CUNY.
The Jay Wright.
Yeah, I could see him in Mission Impossible.
So we are moments away from tip here
Well, David, it's pretty, pretty simple. A must-win for both teams, to keep this thing going into February. And Baruch being at home.
So Otacon able to win the tip, and it'll be Cardi here on the near side for John Jay. Inside out, now it's over to Granda. Straight on look there by Evelyn, no good, and Goldberg able to corral the rebound for Baruch's first possession.
That was an uncontested shot by Granda. Good to see Minnick back in the lineup.
And Trevin Coppin staying in the starting lineup as Minnick's floater, no good. Coppin fighting for the rebound. Now it's Jack Gordon outside to Minnick.
The relentless play of Coppin hopefully continues tonight.
Elbow jumper there from Nicholson, no good. And Coppin Joe getting rewarded with time. It continues staying in the starting lineup as Cardi's shot no good. And seeing Cole Bailey coming off the bench tonight. Goldberg trying to get it back out. Nope, he gets it stripped, but it'll stay right there. Minute gone, still scoreless as the leading scorer for John Jay, Jameer Stewart from my alma mater, Baldwin High School out on Long Island.
There you go. Hey, it's not often we see a guy 6'11", David, in CUNY.
Inbound to Goldberg. He almost loses it, looking for options.
Minnick was
nice
open.
Fine, though, to Coppin. Back door. Shot no good. Good tip in there, though, by Minnick. And just like that, we got the first points of the night.
Tell you, Minnick, very versatile player. Does a lot. Baruch is going to get this done with stifling defense, health defense. That's a travel.
That was a travel there on Miller. No call. Shot way short as Miller hit the deck. And now Minnick coming the other way with it for the Bearcats.
David, they got to check the contact lenses of these officials.
Mid-range jumper by Minnick barely grazes the iron. And it's Stewart the other way. Looking for help. He's going to take it alone. Shot no good. I think he was expecting a whistle. Good defense there by the Bearcats. And we got an end-to-end action here in the early portion of the first. Nicholson gets that one to go. Rolls around and falls.
There's the strength of Nicholson. He was bodied up, but he was strong enough to get the shot off.
So now Cardi has it, looking for options. Almost loses the ball there. Now Miller has it up top. Miller able to lay it in with the right hand. And Joe, these black jerseys, I'm definitely a fan of them for John Jay. I like them a bit more than the women's jerseys earlier this evening.
Well, didn't John Jay used to have kind of an orangey black color?
They've been blue, but I feel like it just hasn't been this with the bloodhounds across the front. The women were wearing more of a dark blue in the earlier matchup. As Stewart now pulls straight on. Too strong, no good. But Anakin soars, gives it off to the cutting Granda, who's able to lay it in with the left hand.
The Bearcats stopped playing.
Goldberg working on Adenikon. Shot no good, but it's going to be Nicholson on the rebound. He pulls it back out. Cardi out on him. 15 to shoot. Ball's loose, and it's Miller who comes away with it. Miller into the lane, gives it out. Granda on the far side. Steps on the end line, going to go out of bounds.
Well, it's evident, David, John Jay's going to play a very up-tempo game. So Baruch has really got to stay on their toes and get back on defense.
And TJ Chisholm checks into the game. 5'8" junior guard. So some quickness, but lacking in size.
We got 5'8" and 6'11". Uncommon situation tonight.
Has good defense there by Stewart as that goes into the first row, and it'll be Baruch's ball on the far side.
Yeah, Baruch has got to get into that offensive when they rapidly move the ball, either to a shooter or to have somebody quick first step go to the basket.
Nicholson gets the inbound shot, no good. Douvres just checked into the game for Goldberg, and Granda comes the other way with it. Goes right into the lane. He's fouled. Shot doesn't go, but he'll go to the line to shoot two, and an opportunity for John Jay to have their first lead of the night.
So John Jay's got their foot on the gas pedal. So defensively, Baruch has got to stay disciplined and poised to handle that, but at the same time, not get into foul trouble.
Granda off on the first.
Isn't it interesting, David, how Baruch has to adjust to a lot of tempos from different teams?
0 for 2 on the second. As the ball gets knocked out of Minnick's hands by Granda. And it'll be Holmes checking into the game. And just like that, Coach Highland really kind of going with a quick change here for all of his players. He's got a fresh 5 in.
Well, remember, Hunter used to have that hockey-like substitution pattern. Now Gordon's very crafty.
Bounce pass now to Minnick. Douvres now has it, going into the lane. Working on Chisholm, no good. It gets his, rebound still loose on the deck. They're going to call it jump ball, so it'll stay right there with Baruch.
Well, Douvres needed to finish stronger on that. He kind of gave up too early. And he might have gone to the line.
So Douvres to inbound. Bounce pass to Goldberg. Goldberg working in the lane, gives it outside to Gordon. Working on Chisholm. He's got a size mismatch here. Now Douvres on the far side. Gordon up top, steps into a 3 straight on. Shot too strong. Douvres runs down that rebound. Had the look, doesn't take it.
It's a very active defense from John Jay.
Not a lot of size on the floor outside of Identicon. Ooh, nice step through move there by Gordon.
Well, Gordon's very crafty, but this is a swarming defense by John Jay.
Holmes now has it over to Chisholm. Chisholm on the Bearcat symbol.
So Baruch has got to really stay disciplined in switching.
Evelyn, nice spin move there inside. Just a bit too strong, though. And Coppin comes down with the rebound for the Bearcats.
Goldberg's got to be a rim protector.
And Coppin slid his foot. He picked up his dribble. Just poor play there from the freshman.
David Nicholson needs to get the ball to bring it up.
So it'll be Evelyn up top. Gives it off to the far side to Holmes. Ooh, looking for an lob to Identicon. No good.
Well, that's an unforced turnover, so that bodes well for Baruch. Now, offensively, with this active defense by John Jay, we want Nicholson to run the show, firstly.
So Nicholson gives it into the front court to Douvres. Kind of a tip pass. Nope. Turnover, a last off Coppin, and it's going to go back to the Bloodhounds.
Well, Baruch has got to put a guy at the half-court line to be a safety valve if Nicholson's going to stop his dribble.
Low-scoring affair here. A little over 5 minutes gone. 6-4, Baruch lead. Baruch set up in the zone. It's Stewart with the ball. He'll pull up from the mid-range. Off right iron, no good. Coppin comes down with the rebound.
Well, John Jay hasn't shown that they could be effective from the perimeter.
Douvres hands off to Nicholson. Back to Douvres, looking for options. Too many steps from Nicholson.
Well, Coach Alisi is not going to like this, like stopping your dribble. His M.O. is rapid more movement, leading to offense.
And he, just like that, Joe, he wants to talk things over, so it's going to be a full timeout for Baruch. They lead 6-4, coming in on 6 minutes gone here in the first. You're watching Baruch basketball on YouTube channel Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting.
Yeah, I mean, I think, David, what we're looking at is a chess match, a heavyweight fight. And what's going to determine the success of Baruch is that they're going to have to settle down. It's a big game, calm their nerves, and do what they do. I don't see Coppin getting any touches after scoring 28 points.
Yeah, and he was at fault on that last possession, Joe, picking up the dribble on the midline here, trying to. When you do that, not only are you then not focused on the travel, but then you're also focused on the backcourt violation.
I'll tell you what, John Jay's doing a great job of just like not allowing for any openings. So Baruch is going to have to be crafty to create openings.
And that's what you get, Joe, in a heavyweight matchup like the one we have tonight.
You know what? Every possession, David, is critical because of this kind of, parity situation.
Well, so I think Baruch really have to do a better job at exploiting the mismatches, right? They've had situations where they've had players of size versus undersized players of John Jay, and just not able to get the ball to those players' hands.
Coach Alisi has put 5 crafty players on the court. Let's see if they can wiggle, some offensive opportunities.
So Evelyn now has it. Gives it off to Miller inside, who's able to scoop it in off the right hand and lay off the glass, and lay it in.
That's too easy.
So now Douvres brings it into the front court.
When you stop your dribble, some problems.
Gordon trying to hit the cutting Douvres on the back door. Evelyn right into the hands of Gordon. Now Adenikon. We'll see what the whistle is. The foul there is going to be Adenikon over the back as Goldberg hits the deck, and it'll go back to the Bearcats.
Now, this press is becoming an issue for Baruch. They're going to have to, really be crafty here. When they stop their dribble, who's the next guy to get the ball?
And trying to break down this press.
He can go one-on-one.
Takes on Granda, and Douvres able to bring it into the front court. Now Nicholson quickly double teams. Over to Minnick, one more pass. Coppin thinks about the three. He'll pull the three. Shot no good. Ball's loose. Adenikon is able to pull it down for the Bloodhounds.
I would like Coppin finding a way to the basket.
I don't think that's his shot there, Joe. As Miller's going to pull. Shot too short. Adenikon, though, and Goldberg get tied up. And it'll be a jump ball, so it'll stay right there with the Bloodhounds. Nice hustle play there by Goldberg as Adenikon had 2 hands on the ball.
Well,
Goldberg able to rip at it.
This is an weird matchup. Goldberg versus Bradbury. Is this Bradbury?
So just like that, the Bloodhounds have their first lead of the night.
Whoa. Oh. Okay.
Now Nicholson turns the corner. He's double-teamed. Granda and Miller all over him. Granda leaves it behind to Minnick, and that's going to be a foul on Granda as he lost it. And Minnick checking his arm for some scratches there. It'll be Gordon to check back into the game for Coppin.
Well, again, Baruch is out of sync offensively. Correction on that last play. That's Adenikon.
Mid-range there from Gordon, around and out, no good, but it's going to be Goldberg gets the rebound. He got pickpocketed though. I think that was Granda, who got his hand in on it. And now it's Cardi going to work against Nicholson. Inside out to Evelyn. Evelyn into the lane, peels back, looking for options. Adenikon. Inside to Cardi, shot no good. And ball still loose, and now Nicholson comes away with it. Cardi looking back at the ref, wanting a call, nothing there. Scoop layup, shot no good. And he'll go, but Nicholson will go to the line to shoot 2.
Well, Nicholson, a highlight move, and that's what Baruch is going to have to do. They're going to have to get underneath and around this moving defense by John Jay.
Nicholson off on the first.
Uncharacteristic miss by Nicholson.
80% free throw shooter on the season.
I think Baruch, their body language, they're going to have to calm down. This is a high-energy game.
Lehman tonight, the other first-place team in action against Medgar Evers.
Well, Medgar Evers is always a tough out.
Evelyn double team. Now it's going to be Granda who steps into a three shot, no good. And Minnick able to pull down the rebound. Baruch trail 8-7. Gives it over to Lam, who just checked into the game. Now Nicholson goes into the lane. And they're going to say it stays right there as it was stripped out of his hands. The Bloodhounds, though, arguing that it went off of Nicholson's leg last, however, to no avail, as it'll be Baruch's ball.
Now Lam is a really spark plug for Coach Alisi when he comes in the game.
Nicholson's three, no good. Granda able to soar for that rebound, and he pulls it down and will bring it into the front court.
I think Nicholson should go to the basket.
Three there, no good. Lam gets the rebound.
That's a really tough turnover. Lam just gave it up.
And Miller able to go coast to coast and lay it in as Goldberg pulls it away, and he finishes and one. Working against Evelyn. We'll see if that's who the foul's on.
Hey, that's why you lift those weights. Goldberg out-muscling people.
The foul there is correction is going to be on Holmes.
So,
correction, that's going to be on 12, Jordan Evelyn.
Hold on number 12, Jordan Evelyn. Evelyn's first.
well, Baruch comes away with just two. So defensively now, Baruch in his zone.
Stewart with the ball now to Granda here on the near side. Granda looking for options, has Stewart, gives it to him inside out to Evelyn. Evelyn in the post, gives it off to Granda, cuts into the lane, can't finish off left iron, and it'll be Goldberg who gets the rebound. Ooh, nice little flip pass there from Minnick over to Nicholson. Got a reaction out of the Bloodhounds bench. Not sure what they were looking for. Nice crossover move there by Gardy. Ooh, wild scoop layup. Not sure if he thought contact came or if he just threw it away. He's tapping himself in the chest saying it was his fault, so thinking he just lost it on the way up.
Well, John Jay playing at a high speed or trying to play at a high speed. Turnover is going to come.
So now Lamb has it, gives it over to Minnick up top. And Lamb knocks it down from the far side. A big three, and just like that, Baruch retake the lead.
Well, I'll tell you, again, the great in-game coaching. Coach Alisi putting in the right guy at the right time, and in this case, that's Lamb.
Cardi now looking for options. Granda up top. Inside to Miller. Miller's floater, no good, and Goldberg on the rebound.
John Jay taking advantage of that little area high in the post.
Foul there is going to be on number 3, Jeremiah Cardi, the senior guard.
There's going to be a lot of fouls in this game, David, due to the speed.
Cardi trying to make a case that he got pushed. However, he was backpedaling as the contact came from Goldberg. Nicholson, nice little blow-by move there. Shot no good. Goldberg on the rebound. He gets that strip from him. I think it was Stewart last.
Well, the size favors Baruch right now.
Yeah, no one really match up with Goldberg. They have Miller out on him, but he's just a bit too big as Nicholson pulls up 3. Shot no good.
I'll tell you,
they're going to call a foul on Nicholson, so it's going to go back to the Bloodhounds.
Nicholson needs to penetrate. Baruch, I know, could shoot the perimeter shot, but in this game, I think it's going to be, who does better at the foul line.
So Granda to walk things up. Holmes has it on the near side. Miller calling for it at the free throw line. Gets it. Trying to work against Goldberg. Shot too strong. And they're going to say it was off of Gordon last, so it'll stay right there with the Bloodhounds. It was Miller in the lane, though, and he hit the deck hard.
Well, Gordon just didn't have possession of the ball.
Granda looking for options as he's trying to get it inbounds. Baruch wanted a 5-second, to no avail, though, and Goldberg comes away with the rebound on the miss from Miller. Back-to-back misses from Miller. And it's going to be an offensive foul on Gordon.
But David,
that is a horrible call.
There was no contact. Everybody was in motion. Coach Alisi can't be happy with that one. I mean,
I didn't see much there. The ref trying to say that he threw an arm back.
No, that was really weird. I don't know what the ref was seeing.
Either way, Stewart's three on the other end. Granda able to score for the rebound. His shot blocked by Lamb, though. Very impressive. Lamb only at 5'11", going up and blocking the 6'4" Granda. As Nicholson's shot got blocked, they're going to call a jump ball, so it'll stay right there with Baruch.
Well, Nicholson really didn't have an angle.
So Calderon checking into the game for the first time tonight for John Jay. He's a 6'5" wing player from Marlboro, New Jersey. Now Nicholson has it, looking for options. Inside out, Lamb. He had, think about stepping to a three. Hop step into the lane. Floater, no good. Ball batted out by Goldberg. No one there. Dangerous play there as Lamb was going for the ball. Slides right into the feet of Granda.
Well, Lamb
Those are the ones you got to be careful about, though, Joe.
David, Lamb was frustrated. He missed that gimme, and he fouled.
Yeah, it's an incidental play there, but when you're down by someone's feet.
This is going to be a foul shooting contest, given the high speed both teams are playing at.
Stewart now to Evelyn, inside out. Chisholm going to pull the three. Shot too short, but Granda, rebound goes right into the waiting hands of Granda.
Now, John Jay's very open in that mid-post area.
Chisholm not a fan of that call, so they said he was out of bounds when he caught the pass. So it'll go back to Baruch with Douvres inbounding right in front of his own bench. Baruch able to break down the press. Breeze gets picked from behind. Granda was trying to leak out. Now it's Minnick over to Lamb on the far side. He'll pull the three. Too strong. Coppin just checked into the game for Goldberg, and now Granda the other way. And we'll get a jump ball, and it'll stay right there with the Bloodhounds. Already the fourth jump ball we've seen so far today, Joe.
Good defense by Baruch, converging on a driving attempt. So, again, the entry pass, they had a foul. It's too easy for John Jay.
And Douvres fouling, I believe it was Evelyn on the way up, so he'll go to the line to shoot two.
If you're Baruch, you're going to have to really work your hands and your feet to keep up with the speed of John Jay.
Luckily for the Bearcats, though, Evelyn only a 61% free throw shooter.
David, did you just hear thunder?
It's an excited fan base here, Joe. Arc Arena, good crowd here tonight for the doubleheader as Nicholson able to get that one go off glass.
Well, there's the strength of Nicholson.
He's got 5 points in 12 minutes of action tonight as Evelyn gets it to go and one. Big play there.
Well, Coppin, nerves are high now.
And Evelyn and Coppin getting into it here. So we'll see what the call is.
Yeah, that's going to happen when these two teams are playing at the intensity level that they are at.
So we'll see what comes out of this.
He's in.
David, John Jay's been really effective in that one area deep in the post in front of the basket.
What are the numbers? 12 and 30. So 12 for them, 30 for them. Okay. 12 for you. No, I said 12 for you. 12 for the technical there and 30 there. Okay. Oh, no. 12 here. 12 there. Okay, I'm sorry. 12 there.
We're trying to work it out. I think it's going to be a double technical here on Coppin and Evelyn.
Well, the referees were quickly in that to try and, diffuse.
After the basket, a double technical foul was called. On Baruch, number 30, Trayvon Coppin. And on John Jay's number 12, Jordan Evelyn.
So they're actually going to come to review to get an understanding of what the call was here.
The initial foul on the shot was on number 12, Minnick, his first.
So a quick review here, and I think it's going to uphold the call on the floor, where we're going to have double technicals really on Jordan Evelyn and Trevin Coppin. I think emotion's just running a bit high right now, Joe, and it'll be Brandon Goldberg into the game for Coppin, as we'll see Evelyn to the line to have an opportunity to convert the three-point play. So a lot of stuff going on.
David, this is truly a heavyweight match with high intensity. And that's why we're going to get a lot of physicality from here on in.
As Evelyn knocks it down.
Now Baruch is going to have to stay poised with this press.
Douvres into the front court. Good find there by Minnick. And Baruch can set up with Nicholson. Baruch quickly keep pulling up their dribble as that ball gets moved quickly on the offensive end. It's Minnick now up top. They got 10 to shoot. Gives it inside to Goldberg. I'll let Goldberg work right here if you can. No call. Ball still loose, and it's going to be Granda who comes out of the pack with it. He's been really good in transition tonight. He's fouled. Ooh, and is he holding his leg?
Well, David, Goldberg was poised to do something.
Ooh. And this is bad as Granda's on the floor in a lot of pain as he went up to the basket. And the foul there is going to be on Douvres, but and they'll review, but definitely not what you want to see here, Joe.
David, you know what? This has really been a physical game to the highest level, and you hope he's okay. These young student athletes playing such a high, level.
Another review here at the table. They want to check it for a flagrant, but
Well, he ran into traffic prior to him falling, but it's evident there was contact.
so Granda's still down, waiting. Trainer's giving a look, and it's definitely holding his left leg, hamstring knee area.
Yeah, it's a shame. These young student athletes, competing again at such a high level, you never want to see injury.
Yeah, on the replay here goes up. I don't even see it. It was like the push-off leg, it looked like. As
Well, it's a great sign that he's sitting up.
And getting an appropriate ovation, but a lot of, at some point that adrenaline runs off, Joe, and you're just sitting there in pain for a bit. And definitely tough if part of it's frustrating because you probably might not play again tonight, and then also what's the injury actually looking like?
These knees are so vulnerable. It doesn't take much.
And he's not able to put any pressure on that leg, so he'll go off on the floor, and that's just really unfortunate.
Yeah, we wish him well.
Yeah, the left leg there, not able to put any weight, bear any weight on it.
Yeah, I mean, it's one thing to trip. It's another thing to come down at a high level of speed. Well, David, it's 6:50. This is not the highest scoring game of the year, but in a heavyweight fight, the two teams are just close, just going at each other with short body blows.
Going to be Calderon at the line to shoot the free throws.
Well, from a John Jay's perspective, they're worried about their teammate. And Baruch, everybody's human. Everybody's going to have to kind of get poised.
So 15-14 as Bailey's in the game now. Looking for Goldberg inside. He gets fouled by Calderon. Shot no good, and he'll go to the line to shoot two. But Baruch having a lot more success right now, breaking down the full court trap.
Very smart to go to Goldberg now. There's no 6'11" trees in the game. Baruch has the height advantage. And with the craftiness of Goldberg, this is his time.
So it'll be Miller to check into the game.
I'm surprised John Jay's not trying to, answer the fact that Goldberg can go off with this team that he's got on the court. But, hey, listen, more power to Baruch now to take advantage of it.
Well, they were playing Adenikon at the center position, but he has 2 fouls here in the first half, so I'm sure we'll see more of him in the second. As Cardi now has it, gives it over to Chisholm. Check that, Stewart here on the near side.
Baruch has got to guard that post area that John Jay's been effective in. Mid-post.
Number 2, Cole Minnick, Bailey's first. Team fight. Keyshawn Miller, 101.
So Miller knocks down the first.
Now, this is not really a press. Baruch is okay getting it over the line.
Baruch trails 17-16, coming out 6 minutes remaining here in the first half. As Goldberg's fouled on the way through by Calderon, and will go to the line. And Joe, it's become a bit of a choppy game now. A lot of whistles here.
John Jay has no answer for Goldberg. So Baruch right now has to take advantage of it.
Brandon Goldberg, 2 shots.
As Goldberg knocks down the first, tied up at 17.
It's one of the more low-scoring games of the year.
And 2 of 2 from the line.
Now defensively, again, Baruch is going to have to guard, I keep saying, that area in the mid-post that John Jay sneaks people into.
Good find from Stewart, trying to find Calderon now outside.
Good
Chisholm,
defense.
who hits the deck, straight on three from Carty. No good, and it's going to be Goldberg who comes away with the rebound.
Good strength by Goldberg.
Now Minnick into the front court over to Lam on the far side. Inside to Goldberg. Ooh, had the cutting Minnick. Shot, a pass got tipped. Back, Minnick back to Goldberg. Shot, nope, they're going to say too many steps, and it's going to go back to John Jay.
Yeah, Goldberg tried to kind of weave his way in when he could have gone straight up.
And a turnover there as Chisholm threw it right into the first row. He was trying to hit Stewart.
Well, with 5:18, Baruch wants to go into the locker room feeling like they've, kind of weathered a storm, if you will.
Now Minnick across the court, looking for options, curls back, now into the lane. Ooh, almost turns it over. Minnick, floater off the glass, no good. As Bailey hits the deck, and it'll be Goldberg who's fouled on the way up.
Yeah, Minnick's got to hit that shot. He's in so close, he's got to finish.
On some level, I feel like the refs have lost control of this game a little bit. I was surprised that Bailey wasn't fouled on the way up there. Instead, it was Goldberg who got the offensive rebound and then fouled on the second attempt.
I think they have to have a quicker whistle. They're kind of letting things go, but I think they need a quicker whistle one way or the other. I think the refs have to really set a precedent that, they're not going to let this game out of hand.
And you see Carty limping a little bit in front of his bench, so.
Whoa. He can't. Three referees have nothing, and we're going to look at it because he wants it? I understand it because he made a foul.
Now looking over here as Carty's bleeding out of the mouth, so we'll see what actually happened on the floor. But
David, I think the referees are getting caught up in the speed, and they can't keep up with the speed of the game. Their whistles can't match the speed of this physicality.
yeah, I think they have to start either having a quicker whistle, to your point, Joe, to kind of reset the tempo of the game and take control over it, because right now we already had one injury tonight. And if it keeps going at this pace,
I'm afraid we had a major injury.
Yeah.
And now, we're starting to see every time Baruch or George goes to the basket, there's a lot of bodies in the air.
Yeah, and I'm worried. I mean, you look at the last play, right, when we thought Bailey was fouled, no whistle. It was, I believe, Stewart who almost fell back on top of Bailey, who was on the floor. So I think, just – and then now you have a player bleeding out of the mouth. Just a lot of, moving limbs that are not being accounted for from the referees.
This game, could get out of hand. It's all in the ref's hands, literally.
There's a little under 5 minutes remaining here in the first. Baruch lead 20-17.
Watch that mid-post.
Into the lane. Carty now. He'll drive over the outstretched hands of Goldberg. Shot no good. Ball still loose. And it's going to be out of bounds. Last off of Stewart. And it'll go back to Baruch.
Well, John Jay, David's flying all over the place. So Baruch is just going to have to locate bodies.
So Kopech and Isaac Holmes checking into the game. No relation to Elijah Holmes, who we've already seen in action tonight. Now Lamb finds the cutter. Ooh, shot blocked there. Not sure who got a hand on it. It might have been Calderon. And now it's Stewart the other way into the lane. He hits the deck and he finishes at the basket.
David, that last Baruch play was a little late to develop. John Jay is just leaping and in bounds.
And both teams now in the bonus. It'll be Baruch at the line to shoot two. They lead 20-19 at the 4-minute mark here in the first half.
I'd like to see Baruch continue to attack the basket and get John Jay into foul trouble. Let them go to their bench.
And good on the second, 22-19, a real low-scoring game here at the Arc Arena. Both teams combining to shoot for 23.5% from the field. And John Jay is 0 for 9 and Baruch's 1 of 8 from downtown.
Well, baskets are being hard to come by, but there's that mid-post, David.
And Keyshawn Miller going in strong against Brandon Goldberg. Now Goldberg gets it, gives it off to Cole Bailey. Bailey going to pull. Shot no good. Ball still loose, tipped around, and it'll be Holmes who comes away with it.
Here comes John Jay.
And Kopech into the lane. See what the call is. They're going to call a foul on Bailey, so that'll send Kopech to the line to shoot 2.
Baruch's going to have to find a way to stop these guys coming in at high speed.
Kopech off on the second. So now Lamb able to bring it into the front court over to Bailey. Lamb will set things up. He's quickly double teamed. Ooh, finds Bailey back door. Trying to go to work. Bailey can't hit. Goldberg gets the rebound and he's able to lay it off the glass. Ooh, gives him a little too small gesture on the way back down the floor. And that's the last thing you want if you're John Jay. Brandon Goldberg starting to feel it here in the first half.
Well, again, Baruch is going to have a swarming defense, take it away position that John Jay wants.
3 there from Stewart's no good. Goldberg already 8 points, 8 rebounds, having a huge game, already on his way to a double-double, which he averages on the season.
Well, David, this game favors Goldberg.
3 there. Nicholson knocks it down from the near side corner. It's the biggest lead of the night, 27-22.
Well, your star player getting it done.
Wild shot there from Holmes, no good. Miller, check that, no good, but it's Calderon who gets fouled as Baruch were leaking out in transition. They say the foul there is on number 2, Cole Bailey. That's going to be his 3rd.
Well, it was a frantic exchange. Bodies went flying. But John Jay's not going to stop attacking.
And Calderon off on the first. And good on the second. So 1 of 2 from the line. It's a 4-point lead. And once again, the Bloodhounds setting up in a full-court press. Baruch have had mixed results so far tonight against the press, as Lamb gets fouled there by Miller, who is just a little overzealous, and that'll send Lamb to the line to shoot 2.
Two shots for number 3, Nicholas Lam.
And Lamb knocks down the first.
Well, Lamb continues to give Coach Alisi good minutes when he comes in the game.
And 2 of 2 from the line. So successful trip to the charity stripe for Nicholas Lam.
Well, Baruch has dodged a lot of bullets here with this high-intensity attack from John Jay.
Near side 3 there by Stewart, no good. Ball batted out, though, and into the hands of Evelyn. Ball swung around the perimeter. Miller, Holmes. Holmes going to pull a straight on 3. Line drive jumper is good, and it's going to be a timeout for Coach Highland as Goldberg hits the deck.
In our first game today, women's basketball team defeated John Jay 69-66 behind 23.
So a big straight on three there.
Noah Idea had 13 points and 5 boards, and the Andre McCray had 12 points and 9 rebounds to ace the Bearcats winning attack.
They're checking it for a flagrant. You know, Joe, first year that we had a monitor access, and I don't think I've seen it used more than tonight's action.
Well, it comes in handy, especially in a game like this, David, where, I mean, guys are flying all over the place, and contact is everywhere. So you're going to have to really decipher how much contact happened. Is it a flagrant foul? You know, you're going to have to really come up with these things in this type of intensity.
Yeah, I think they just got tied up there, so not a terrible no call, but
I'll tell you what, Dave, this second half, Baruch Nation, go get your snacks and, you know, don't go anywhere. This is going to be a true battle of some of the top teams in CUNY.
so Minnick to inbound. It's a 3-point game, just under the 2-minute mark here in the first half, which is it's been a slow and choppy first half. We had some injuries.
Well, because there's
a lot of whistles.
A lot of body blows, David.
Both teams have been in the bonus for over 5 minutes. As Minnick into the lane, working on Adenikon. Adenikon alters that shot massively as it's Miller now into the front court. Gives it off to
That's
Stewart.
A travel.
Stewart's going to step into a three. Shot no good. Lamb comes down with the rebound. Nice box out there on Adenikon as Lamb's almost giving up a foot in height. Nicholson got tripped on the way through. No call. Ball stripped from him by Miller. He comes out of the pack with it, working on Lamb right into the lane. Shot no good. Miller wanted a call. Nothing doing. Not a lot of contact there, even though he hit the deck. Nicholson lays it in over the outstretched arm of Adenikon, and that got the crowd off their feet. Well, now Stewart the other way. He can't finish. He hits the deck hard. Goldberg on the rebound, and it'll be Douvres now into the front court. We're under a minute remaining. Trying to hit the cutting Minnick. Minnick able to get it after Miller got a hand. Now Lamb over to Goldberg. Goldberg lays it in.
Hey,
he's got 10.
How good is this Lamb when he comes in the game? You know, John Jay's gotten away with a lot of turnovers. Referees are not calling it.
Now Evelyn into the lane. Bounce pass inside. Miller able to lay it in. Good play there to draw out the defense.
Again, that's a point in the paint that should not be.
So Nicholson quickly doubled. That's a little two-handsy. Let's see who that's on. It's going to be on, nope, it's going to be on Evelyn. He got his extra hand in there as the second defender, and that's going to send Nicholson to the line to shoot two. Sloppy foul there, though, Joe, with 4.9 seconds remaining. You had Nicholson moving away from the basket. No reason to initiate contact.
The team that's going to eke this out is just going to out-tough the other team, David. The key word is toughness, mentally and physically.
So Nicholson knocks down the first.
This
It'll
game
be Chisholm into the game for Evelyn.
David, this game is tailor-made for Nicholson. No one is tougher than Nicholson.
Cardi now into the game with 4.9.
This is why you have those hard practices where you just beat up the players for games like this. Mentally tough.
Miller now to Chisholm up ahead. Three there by Holmes, no good on the far side.
Well, that was a terrible shot that boded well for Baruch.
And rare to see that assistant coach
Well,
David Muchnick, I believe, getting into it with Coach Alisi a little bit, getting a little excited.
That was a little too much by David Munchkin. This is a high-intensity game. Tempers are flaring. Bodies are flying. You have a low-scoring game. But at the end of the day, this is great. This is great theater, David. And really the second half, it's just going to get more. And you got to love it because this is really, great basketball on all levels. But, again, who's tougher is going to come away the better.
Yeah, so Nicholson and Goldberg both had 12 points in the first half. Nicholson playing the full 20, 4 of 10 shooting, struggling from the field. But Goldberg, on the other hand, already a double-double, 12 points, 10 rebounds. And Joe, it was really a story of stoppages, especially the last 5 to 6 minutes.
Again, both teams have to adjust to this style of play. It's uncommon. But you know what? You got to be ready. And this is why Coach Alisi's great. He comes from a really high-intensity Catholic school background. Every game was a war. And, he's been there, done it. And he has those players, David, throughout the years who've been mentally tough. David, we have a special halftime guest today. One of the seniors on the Baruch women Lady Bearcats, Angela Bacarella. And she's just, again, one of the unsung heroes for the Lady Bearcats. A great student athlete, gives everything on the court. Her family never misses a home game or away game. So we want to be able to chat briefly with her, get her perspective on where the season is, where it's going.
So we'll step aside, and we'll be right back in a minute with Angela Bacarella to discuss the 69-66 win they got in a tight game here in the early game against John Jay. You're watching Baruch Basketball on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting.
Lady Bear. Angela, welcome. This is a long-awaited couple of moments here. We have marveled at your play, David and I, and Baruch Nation, and we are so proud of you and, of course, your teammates. Every game, you guys are getting better. And if you could just tell us, where you think you're at, you and your team, and where you're going, because the season's going by real fast.
I think that my team has a lot of fight. And we get a lot of doubt from others because, some of our performances. But what I really admire about my team and what I try to instill in us is to keep fighting and never give up. And if people want to count us out, let them count us out. But as long as we trust each other within one another, I think we can definitely win this whole thing.
Yeah, well, it's evident that you guys love each other as teammates. You respect each other. Obviously, you have one of the best players in the country that you feed off of, me, Castillo. But the thing is, throughout your time here, you do stuff that doesn't show up in the scoreboard, and that's what really makes people great. Mm-hmm. You dive, you're tough. Now you're scoring a little bit more, but you have just done it all here, and we need to tell everybody out in Baruch Nation that it's not only scoring, it's heart, and you represent heart. And at the highest level. And we are honored and privileged to watch players like you, and you guys feed off of each other. So now, where do you think CUNY's going? I know Hunter is Thursday. It's a lot of things that can work out, and you guys can be in first place if things go out a certain way.
Yeah, I think we just got to take one game at a time, though, and step by step, because obviously, the future is looking bright for us, but I don't want us to get too caught up in everything yet. We're doing well, but we can't get too content. Take it as confidence, all these wins, but keep pushing forward and don't get too content. So, yeah, just keep pushing forward. We're going to focus on Thursday first.
Now, Angela, you're a senior. What are some of your plans that you might want to do after graduation?
So I'm majoring in accounting, and I'm very passionate about what I study. I mean, as you know, I put a lot of hard work into my academia. That always comes first for me. So I plan on attending Baruch for my master's in accounting, and then hopefully start off in public accounting.
Really? That's great. And the other thing is, how did you spend last summer kind of working on your game?
You know, a lot of mid-range jumpers, as you've been seeing. I try and just stick with what I know I'm good at, and I don't, maybe my game's not super flashy, and, some people may not like that, but I feel like I stick to my fundamentals. So just taking, like, hard drives and pull-up jumpers and just stop and pops, like, stuff like that. I don't really do too much, like between the legs, behind the back, as you see, but I stick to what I'm good at. So I would say over the summer, definitely, I was playing in scrimmages over the summer too, in the parks outside, because, you only get better by playing against better competition. So that definitely helped me a lot. And, yeah, I would say a lot of shooting definitely went into it, because that was something I really wanted to get better at, and driving.
Well, the other thing I wanted before we close out, Coach K instituting that swarming defense and allowing you guys to really cause turnovers, create havoc. How did you feel when he kind of said, hey, this is what we're going to do this year?
I loved it. That's my style of play. I mean, as you see, like, even sometimes if he's telling us to back off, you might see me go, because I feel like that's what really gets our momentum going. And you saw it tonight. When we were backing off, the other team was getting a little comfortable. Once I told that person to push them to the sideline and I came behind, that's how we get easy steals, easy baskets, especially, our jump shooting wasn't the best today. So to really get that momentum going, I think we have to do the swarming. And honestly, that's my favorite game to play.
It's awesome. I think if you're going to be there with your parade on Lexington Avenue, it's going to be because of that. Not to mention everything else, but that's a game changer.
Definitely.
But listen, thank you so much, Angela Bacarella. Baruch Nation is so proud of you and your teammates. Please stay healthy and get it done, because you guys deserve it. So the best to you and your teammates and your family. We love them. They're so loyal. And, again, you're the best. And
Thank you so much.
Keep it going.
Thank you for all the support. We
Absolutely.
Really appreciate it. You guys keep us going. So.
Thank you. We're going to see you again down the road.
Yes, we will.
Okay. That was Angela Bacarella, one of the better players and one of our best student athletes. Okay, we'll see you in the second half.
And welcome back to the Arc Arena. If you're just joining us, what an eventful first half. Three technicals, one injury, and a bunch of whistles, and both teams were in the bonus by 6 minutes. So a slow, choppy first half, or latter part of the first half after the first
David, it was
quarter of the game was a back and forth tempo.
It was a roller derby match, really. But the thing is now, the second half, it's only going to get more intense, and the mentally tough team will get out of here with a W. So I think Baruch has a lot of them. Hey, listen, their coach is a mentally tough dude. His staff, mentally tough. But John Jay, they pack a powerful punch too. So we have to be poised as well as mentally tough. And Nicholson is tailor-made for a game like this. So is Goldberg. Baruch took advantage of Goldberg in mismatches. And let's see how that begins here in the second half.
Goldberg and Nicholson both with 12 points. Goldberg already 10 rebounds, so he has the double-double that he averages. However, Keyshawn Miller leading all scorers with 14, already at a season average for the Bloodhounds, so definitely something for the Bearcats
David
to stop
Miller
in the
was
second
able
half.
to operate in close throughout, and Baruch has to take that away. But again, they got a chance to go in the locker room, take a couple of deep breaths. Coach Elise, he told, listen, we're at home, and nobody pushes Baruch around at home. We really want to make that clear. We want to thank Angela Bacarella for stopping by. We're so proud of her. Great student athlete.
So it's Stewart, Cardi, Miller, Adenikon, and Evelyn for the Bloodhounds, as Minnick able to lay it easily in and breaking down that zone quickly.
Well,
as it's Minnick, Coppin, Goldberg, Nicholson, and Gordon for the Bearcats.
We didn't hear a lot about Minnick in that first half.
He's only got 4 points. Straight on three from Stewart. He knocks that one down.
The Stewart's a good player. Can do it both inside and outside. Baruch has got to be careful when they stop their dribble.
Stewart getting physical with Nicholson now. And Coppin inside. He's fouled there by Adenikon, and that's his third. So Adenikon right back into foul trouble.
We didn't see a lot of Coppin in the first half. Now, he could be a problem for John Jay, him and Goldberg in at the same time. Both very crafty players down low. But they're going to have to let each other have room because they're technically in each other's way, causing a lot of defensive converging.
And watch the battle between Nicholson and Stewart as well. We're seeing that on the perimeter. Nicholson, I should say Stewart getting a little handsy with Nicholson, it looks like.
Two of the better players than CUNY, facing off against each other.
So Baruch setting up in the 2-3 zone. Cardi now here on the near side. Ball swung around the perimeter. It's Stewart.
They got to be careful about the mid-post action like in the first half.
Nicholson crossover move into the lane. Offensive foul as Miller takes it right in the chest.
Well, that could have gone either way, David. I don't know if Miller was there in time. Should we have gone to the monitor on that one?
Into the lane. Evelyn trying to give it off to Adenikon. Evelyn gets it back. Blocked by Goldberg. Now it's Miller. Far side three. Shot too strong. Adenikon. Nope, still loose. And it's going to be Minnick who picks it up. And one, nope, Minnick couldn't finish, but the foul there is going to be on Stewart.
David,
and that'll send Minnick to the line to shoot 2.
There should have been a foul. Coppin was being held from forward progress.
Dylan Minnick, 2 shots.
Adetikon was holding Coppin.
As Minnick knocks down the first.
Well,
and good on the second, 40-31. Baruch 9-point lead.
Minnick hitting 1 out of 2, but we want to see this game again not get out of hand.
Nice find to Miller underneath. Goes up, shot no good. No, they're going to call a blocking foul.
Well, that was a quick whistle. And you know what, David? There was no call because everybody was still in motion.
So Keyshawn Miller going to line to shoot 2.
Number 1, Isaac Holmes.
Yo, babies, get the ball inside. They got nothing for it. Get it inside.
And off on the second. So 1 of 2 from the line.
Well, Coppin.
As Coppin takes too many steps.
Baruch had the advantage because Drondre hadn't set into the defense, but Coppin a little bit ahead of the play.
So Cardi now has it, gives it off on the near side. Isaac Holmes getting a few more minutes here after we saw him late in the first half. Now inside to Evelyn. Evelyn working on Coppin, thinks about the spin move. Instead kicks it out right into the waiting hands of Minnick. Watch Minnick has to watch his back as Evelyn trying to creep up on him. And it'll be Minnick into the front court. Gives it off to Goldberg. Goldberg working on Miller. Finds the cutter in Gordon. Hard into the lane. Shot no good. Ball batted around. Nope, Cardi saves it from going out of bounds.
Yeah, Gordon's got to finish.
3 there from Holmes in the corner. No good. Baruch may have gotten away with one there as now it's Nicholson the other way, and he's able to lay it in. 42-32, it's Baruch's biggest lead of the night.
David, Gordon's length is going to really play a part here.
So now it's Holmes looking for options. Cardi comes out to it. Bounce pass inside to Evelyn, looking for options. Gives it off to Cardi near side. Shot no good. Once again, though, getting a pretty open look of the Bloodhounds as Minnick gets blocked from behind.
You know what, David? Minnick needed to switch to his left hand if he could have.
So it'll be Baruch's ball right in front of their own basket. 16:25 remaining here in the ball game. Baruch lead by 10. Goldberg now has it. Goes past Stewart. Goldberg right into the lane. Gives it off to Gordon. Far side. He'll pull the 3. Shot no good. Minnick on the rebound, though, on the near side. Dangerous pass as Holmes almost came away with it. Instead, Nicholson keeps it. Gives it over to Gordon. Gordon looking for options. Finds Nicholson. Free throw line jumper. That's going to be way off. But Gordon able to clean it up and lay it in off over the outstretched arms of Miller.
Well, that worked out well.
And Minnick all over the place on the defensive end right there. Almost got a second steal of the half.
Well, it's going to take a lot of athleticism for Baruch in the second half. It's a wide open game.
So now it's Chisholm. Gives it over to Stewart up top. Entry pass right into the hands of Goldberg.
Well, that's a gift for Baruch.
So now Minnick into the lane, looking for options. Has Goldberg straight on, wide open three. He'll pull. Ooh, off back iron, no good. Miller comes down with the rebound. They're going to call a foul there on Lamb. As Lamb just a little overzealous trying to get that rebound.
You know, you got a good shot. Baruch trying to extend this lead.
Tighter, not shooter, tighter. Long. Good.
Bounce pass inside to Evelyn. Gets some contact, no whistle. Every time he gets hit, those guys. Sorry, that was Miller looking for a whistle.
He's been trying all night and working from that area.
Cross-court pass to Lamb. Nice and fine inside. Minnick now over to Goldberg. Easy backdoor layup. Moving to Denicon left and right.
Well, Minnick is such a versatile player. Does it all.
Denicon turns. Let's see who that is.
Show your hands.
You know what? You just need to stay in front of him. He's not going to hurt you.
Nothing at the basket.
There's going to be a foul there on Minnick. I thought it was on Goldberg. It was the help defense for Minnick, though. It was just a little too handsy. And now Holmes pulls a three. No good. And really, Joe's been relying on the three ball here in the second half. They just haven't been able to get him to go.
Well, that bodes well for Baruch. And now Baruch should not have empty possessions.
2 of 19 from three as Goldberg works with the right hand and able to finish with the scoop layup.
This matchup favors Goldberg.
And that's the thing. He loves getting dirty in the post, and they just don't have anyone right now that wants to get dirty. Adenicon's been a non-factor. Miller into the lane, hits the deck. And Coach Highland wants to talk things over as John Jay trail by 14. What was once a 7-point game at the half has quickly doubled up here in the second half.
Well,
so with little less than 6 minutes gone here in the second, you're watching Baruch Basketball on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting.
If John Jay wants to go perimeter, Baruch is going to really like that. It's when they put it on the floor, they've been effective.
So 18 points, 12 rebounds from Goldberg in 24 minutes of action.
Well, Goldberg should end up with a great stat sheet because this game favors him. John Jay has no answer for him.
Yeah, you thought Denicon would be the difference, or at least the impact player in the post for John Jay. It just hasn't been the way.
He's just there. But once Goldberg spins, that's it. It doesn't matter if he's 6'11" or 7'11". Goldberg has the advantage. And Coach Alisi, I believe, is going to go to that until they can take that away. And the play of Minnick at a high level favors him. He plays well at this high speed, making plays. I like Gordon in the game and his length. The toughness of Lamb paired with Nicholson is like really having two cornerbacks from football in the game.
And you mentioned Minnick. He's quietly having a great game. 7 points, 9 rebounds, and 4 assists, throwing a couple of steals there.
Well, he does so many things well, Minnick.
Minnick looking at the basket. Instead gives it off to Goldberg inside. Goldberg gets stripped, though, there by Evelyn.
Well, he put it on the floor. That's a turnover by Evelyn.
And instead it's an and one, and he's down injured as well. Foul there's going to be on Minnick. We'll see it.
David, he turned it over en route, and there was a no call. Yeah, it looks like an ankle. As he
should be good. He's retying his shoe here, so.
Yeah.
Evelyn's back up, walking it off. Good to see.
One shot for Jordan Evelyn.
Jack, you play high post on the 13.
There should have been a travel when Evelyn was in route because he turned it over, but the referees chose not to blow the whistle.
So Evelyn's got to come to the bench, I think, for an injury. So,
well, we had that issue in the first half about the player needing to come to the bench.
Hey, one shot, yeah. Just solid.
Jeremy Connie checks in the
interesting. So Coach Alisi got to pick the player that he wants shooting the free throw for John Jay in replacement of the injured player.
Well, that probably will turn out to be a good choice.
As he's off on the free throw is Adenikon.
Well, we keep saying what a great in-game coach Coach Alisi is, and that just showed another proof of that.
Adenikon, 62% from the field, only had 13 from the free throw line, on only 13 attempts this season. As Minnick looking for options and hands off to Nicholson. Nicholson pulls the three, and he's able to get that one around and down, and Coach Alisi wants to talk it over. As a big shot there from Gerard Nicholson gives the Bearcats a 15-point lead, 6.5 gone here in the second half.
David, thanks for the WD-40 from maintenance, because on other occasions that ball would have gone out. Now it's rattling in. That's a few times today that's happened.
What we've also seen, Joe, is Dylan Minnick having the ball in his hands a lot more than maybe we're used to.
Well, he's playing point forward.
Yeah.
You know, kind of like Donich out there.
And I'll say they've really taken away Nicholson's ball handling abilities. However, he's been still able to put the ball in the basket. He now has 17.
Well, his toughness is driving him in this game. Well, here's the thing. Baruch does not want to stop their dribble during the press and let Nicholson just bring it up.
So now it is Chisholm with the ball, gives it off to Cardi on the near side. Miller working inside, able to finish off the glass. Nice move there.
He's done
working
that
against Goldberg.
He's done that all night.
Miller has 17 as well. Aaron pass there, goes off the hands of Minnick. And again, it's the Bloodhounds who come away with it. Now it's Chisholm, gives back off to Cardi, back to Chisholm. Chisholm looking for options, gives it off to Miller on the baseline, inside out. Cardi straight on three. Nicholson a little slow to close out. Minnick soars for the rebound, his 11th.
Yeah, you don't want John Jay to hang around if you're Baruch.
Now Goldberg inside on Cardi. He's fouled as he hits the deck.
Listen, David. John Jay has no answer for Goldberg. Coach Alisi, you know, very smart. Just say, guys, let's go to Goldberg.
Yeah, he's having a monster game, 18 and 12 and 26 minutes of action here.
But they have to give Goldberg enough room to maneuver. So that means they're going to have to get all the angles right. Because if people are in Goldberg's way, he'll just run into them.
And Goldberg off on the second.
Well, just when I thought the rim was better.
So now it's Chisholm to walk it across the timeline here. Baruch setting up again in the zone here. Holmes now back to Chisholm. Miller gets it now inside to Evelyn. Evelyn drives against Goldberg. His shot blocked. That's not the shot you want if you're Coach Highland. Goldberg going coast to coast. Oh, he just couldn't finish. As Lam gets the rebound, gets it knocked out of his hand. I think it was Miller who got a hand in there. And now it's Chisholm the other way. Inside to Cardi, who's able to lay it in over the outstretched arm of Goldberg.
Coach Alisi can't be happy about that sequence. John Jay with an 11.
Goldberg calling for it, trying to work against Evelyn. He gets it inside out to Minnick. Ooh, that was a wild little play there as Nicholson came cutting across. Gordon looking for options, gives it outside to Lamb. Chisholm all over him. Lamb spinning, looking for options. 5 to shoot. Baruch have to move. Wild shot there by Nicholson, but Goldberg on the rebound. Who else? As Goldberg's fouled on the way up and will go to the line to shoot 2. The foul there is going to be on number 12, Evelyn.
David, we haven't seen much of offense from Gordon tonight. With his length and being so crafty, you know, he can go to work in a game like this. Minnick is just playing at a very high level. You know, he's going to fill up the stat sheet tonight.
That's Evelyn's 4th foul here, so he's frustrated as he has to come to the bench. And Goldberg 1 of 2, struggling from the field, from the free throw line.
Uncharacteristic of him.
So now it's Cardi going to work, trying to work against Minnick. 3 there from Calderon. Lefty 3 is good. And it cuts the lead back, deficit, back to 16.
Interesting, Calderon can't make a foul shot, but he can hit a 3.
He had a smooth stroke on that one as Chisholm a little aggressive there.
Well, you know what? Calderon just pushed Nicholson right in front of the referees.
And I think Nicholson's starting to get under the Bloodhound's skin just a little bit. As Minnick will come to the bench, Douvres into the game.
Well, Nicholson is a tough cookie. He'll thrive in a game like this.
Douvres, he knocks it down. A big shot there, his first bucket of the night in 9 minutes. He also has 5 boards, so.
How about the fact that Coach Elise, he puts them in and he delivers.
Now Calderon trying to work against Goldberg instead. Interesting play there. Chisholm getting frustrated too with Lamb, and not sure what Lamb did other than try to get the ball back to the referee.
Well, this is getting to John Jay. You know, it was a close game, David. They find themselves down 12. So John Jay is scratching their head.
And Chisholm comes to the bench as Stewart checks back into the game. Goldberg over to Lamb. Lamb can't finish with the right hand. Loose ball.
Great play by Lamb, but he didn't finish.
And it's Holmes who comes away with it. Over to Cardi. Cardi now gives it to Stewart. He'll pull in front of Nicholson. Shot no good. Box out by Douvres as Miller hits the deck. And that'll be a foul away from the ball.
I'll tell you, the players are going to have to sit in the ice tub after this game.
Inside out, Miller, Holmes.
Left.
Miller floater over Goldberg. That's not going to work as Gordon keeps it alive. Now Nicholson turns the corner. Nope, Miller gets a hand in there.
David, we're under 10 minutes. Baruch up. Right now, who's the mentally tougher of the two teams collectively?
12-point lead for the Bearcats. As Gordon has it, bounce pass inside to Goldberg. Inside out, far side 3 from Nicholson. He gets that one to go. I think that might have kissed the backboard. 58-43
David,
now.
it kissed everything.
Bounce pass inside, now near side to Cardi. Cardi trying to go against Goldberg. I mean, they've been trying that all night, Joe. It's not a recommended strategy.
Well, what's happening is that they're coming up short, John Jay.
And Douvres, they're going to call foul there on the floor against Miller. That's going to be his third.
David, I think the referees have to be very careful. John Jay looks like they're losing their cool.
And Kopech checking back into the game as Cardi will come to the bench.
Now, Baruch has got to take advantage of the fact that John Jay is unrattled.
Miller knocks down the first. Foul there on the Baruch side was on Goldberg. That's his second. Miller was frustrated coming out of the pack. I wonder if he thought the call was on him as he knocks them both down. 58-45.
Well, there's no doubt John Jay is ruffled.
The only concern if I'm Coach Alisi is now John Jay is in the bonus for the remainder 9 minutes of the ball game. Miller, Stewart fighting for it.
Well, hey, David, it's a street brawl.
And some incidental contact there, and actually now both teams are in the bonus for the remainder of the ball game.
Who's going to out-tough the other in this final 8:51?
And Goldberg good on the first, 59-45.
I think Coach Alisi is going to have to make sure that his team keeps their concentration, doesn't get caught up in the physicality in this final 8+ minutes.
A little inside-out movement from the Bloodhounds. Now it's Kopech here on the near side. He had an open look, shot off back iron, no good, and it's going to be Gordon who comes down with the rebound.
Gordon's had a very good second half. Not necessarily in the scoreboard, but his presence.
Gordon into the lane, shot blocked there by Miller. Kopech has Calderon, gives it off to Calderon. Calderon lets it slip through his hands, has to circle back.
Good D by Douvres.
Inside out. Gives off to Calderon. Lefty shot. No good. Ball still loose, and it's going to be Nicholson who comes away with it for Baruch. Into the front court. Going to go right into the lane. Shot blocked, though, by Calderon. And that's going to be a technical on Calderon. I mean, I don't know what he expected. He stared him down and ran his mouth, and then he's surprised he got a technical after.
Well, I told you, David, John Jay is losing it. You can see it in their body language and their facial expressions. Boy, that rim is really turned it around today. You know, now with this lead, David, Baruch can turn to doing a little ball management with the clock. No hurry.
And Calderon is subbed out of the game. Now Nicholson, three on the corner. He knocks that one down over the outstretched arm of Evelyn, and that is huge.
Well, like me and Castillo, it's G time.
And Lam able to strip it away, and he lays it in. Baruch up 22. Elijah Holmes gets his pocket picked.
David, how about the statement made from Baruch? Turning a close game.
And that's not what you want. You don't want the Bearcats bench super hype as they are right now. They lead by 22, and they're having their way right now with John Jay.
Well, you know what? I think they felt the closeness of the game, and they did what they had to do to separate themselves. So you got to feel good about that. But to your point, you got to keep your emotions. Don't lose it because you're doing a great job. And I'm telling you, 7:33, a lot of things could happen.
Plus 15 here in the second half are the Bearcats.
Yeah, Baruch again has got to look at the clock. The clock is their ally now. No need to hurry possessions. Let John Jay scratch and claw a possible way back into this game.
So 7:33, Baruch 67, Bloodhounds 45. You're watching the second game of a first-place matchup here in the CUNYAC between Bloodhounds and the Bearcats on YouTube channel Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting.
And this is not the first time Baruch has outlasted the men, opponents. And the women are doing the same. The women on a long winning streak. The guys took a hiccup with Lehman, but you know, they're getting it done tonight with a lot of adversity.
And if you didn't have a chance to get out here to the Arc Arena tonight, you only have 2 more chances this season, at least during the regular season. Baruch TBD if we'll host a playoff game. But you will only be able to see them on Thursday night against Hunter here in the Battle of Lex, or on the February 18th, which is a Tuesday night, against Lehman College in what is senior night, or we call Bearcat Appreciation Day, here at the Arc Arena. If you want to travel with them on the road, they'll play against Medgar and York this week as well. Next week as well, but only 2 more chances here at the Arc.
David, Baruch Nation needs to come out for the Battle Lexington. There'll be a band, there'll be great food, you know, just great energy.
Yeah, and we've got a good crowd tonight, Joe. Battle of Lex will definitely top that. As Miller can't finish, but he's fouled by Goldberg on the way to the basket.
Well, Hunter, again, a classic rivalry, especially the fact 2 Lexington Avenue schools, and you could go on and on with the history of the rivalry.
Number 5, TJ Chisholm. And number 1, Isaac Holmes, returning for John Jay.
And Miller off on the second. Ball gets batted right out to him. Credit to Holmes there. However, Miller gets stripped by Douvres. Nice behind the back dribble. Pulls it back to Goldberg. And he'll give it right back to Douvres. Thinks about the shot. Goes baseline. Scoop layup up and under. No good. And they're going to say it went off of Bearcats last.
David, they went too early. There was 20 seconds left on the shot clock. No need to hurry.
And correction, they're actually going to say it went off the Bloodhounds last. As nice find there from Lam to Douvres, is able to lay it right in. 71-46. We got a potential blowout now percolating here at the Arc Arena.
Well, what's happened is Baruch found the formula to separate themselves from John Jay. It was a collective effort.
So pull up there from Holmes, no good, but Adenikon able to lay it in on the tip.
Well, that's the first time that he's used his height.
Joe, I think that was his first basket of the night so far in 16 minutes of action.
Well,
Goldberg floater, no good, too soft. Goldberg on the deck, few bodies hit the deck. Let's see what the whistle is. It's going to be a jump ball, so it's going to go back to the Bloodhounds, but nice hustle play there by Baruch.
Well, Baruch has a collection of guys that not only have talent, but they're not afraid to, take one for the team. It's been a trademark of Coach Alisi here at Baruch.
So Holmes over to Chisholm. Kopech now. Bounce pass inside to Miller. Looking for an option. Gives it off to Holmes on the far side. Good close out there by Nicholson. But Adenikon and Coppin jump it up, and it's going to go back to Baruch.
Well, Coppin, they don't come any tougher than him. So as they gave Goldberg a breather, you don't lose anything with Coppin in the post.
So Lam, now Douvres, wide open, straight on, and he gets that one to go. Big three there from Peter Douvres.
Well, Baruch pouring it on and doing what they do.
So think, Joe, this was a 7-point game at half. It's now 26. Ball's loose. Adenikon able to run that one down. Now Chisholm.
Guys, that shouldn't be 26. It's in the front court. It's 20.
Unless it's a live ball turnover.
Dave, 20.
Well, the traders have been busy tonight, Dave, unfortunately.
And Cardi's been banged up. I mean, I saw him limping earlier. Head injury there, so smart play by the ref to stop that.
You know what? Take your hat off to Baruch and the players that Coach Alisi has had playing. They all literally found a way in this very close game. Took a while.
So Miller checking back into the game.
Here's the thing, David. John Jay lost them mentally, and that opened the door for Baruch, who kept their poise.
Baruch looking to complete the series sweep over John Jay. They won at John Jay 71-61 on the 15th of January. Then Adenikon looking for options, cross-court pass. Holmes pulls the three shot, no good. Coppin soars for the rebound. Foul on the floor.
Well, I don't know how you could call a foul because there's no contact. Coppin just, was in space.
Wow, there's going to be on Gordon, so it's actually beyond Baruch, so it'll send Miller to the line for a 1-and-1.
Yeah, that's kind of ticky-tack foul.
Number 15.
Compared to what's been going on all night, that was a ticky-tack foul.
Free throw no good. And Lamb comes down with the rebound. One of the shortest guys on the floor rips it down.
Now, he shouldn't stop his dribble because the double's going to come.
Nope, Chisholm just picks him up full court. And Chisholm just a little too handsy there, and he'll send Lamb to the line for a 1-and-1 of his own.
Yeah. Great job by the Bearcats to find a way. And, David, I consider this a win based on mental toughness.
And 2 of 2 from the line.
Lamb, great minutes off the bench.
Now Chisholm on the far side. Holmes straight on. Bounce pass inside to Miller. I thought Miller was going to shoot. Working against Coppin. No good. Douvres. Nope. Miller again gets his own rebound. And it's Coppin on the rebound, soaring over Calderon.
Well,
and now Coppin into the front court.
Miller's been successful all night in that mid post.
That's going to be a carry on Lamb. That's his.
Now,
it's the second carry we've seen tonight, Joe.
Yeah. I don't know why Baruch is rushing. They've already kind of got this, let the clock help them to just go into the locker room with a dub.
Surprised we haven't actually seen more of Coach Alisi's bench. It's now Miller inside, and he's able to lay it off the glass.
If Coach Alisi looks at that tape, that's the area that hurt Baruch all night. Right in front of the basket.
Now Gordon gives it off to Coppin. Ball swung around the perimeter. Nicholson going to pull up a three, and he knocks that one down. Deep three from the far side wing, and it's 79-50.
Well, Nicholson,
the biggest lead of the night so far for the Bearcats.
Nicholson really proved what kind of person and player he was tonight.
And rattles home a three there by Holmes to answer on the other end.
Yeah, where's that been all night?
1 of 6. Make that 2 of 7 from downtown. Now Gordon thinks about the shot. Nope, gets called around off his feet. Floater in the lane. Shot no good. Foul there is going to be on Miller.
You know, we didn't see a lot of Gordon offensively tonight, but all around he was a factor.
Number 0, Keyshawn Miller. Miller's 30. Team's 10. 2 shots. Jack Gordon. Number 2, Cole Billy. For the Bearcats. For John J. Number 2.
So Gerard Nicholson will come to the bench. 28 points in 37 minutes of work, leading all scorers tonight. As Keyshawn Miller has also come to the bench, so both the leading scorers for either team are now off the floor.
Like I said, this was a Nicholson type of game, a football mentality.
81-53, 2.5 remaining here in the ball game. It's Holmes on the near side wing. Fitzgerald waiting to check into the ball game, as now Kopech has it now at the free throw line. Step back jumper, and he gets that one to fall.
Well, where's that been all night by Kopech?
And Coach Highland wants to talk things over. So with 2:22, Baruch lead 81-55. It's a 26-point game. And it looks like Baruch going to get out of here with another W and become 9-1 here in the CUNYAC, moving a game ahead of City College.
Well, David, a game like this is worth 2 wins because you really, really were in a struggle and you had to figure out how to get out of that struggle. And again, Coach Alisi took a deep breath and found a way. And again, that's why we have to say every game, one of the top coaches on any level or anywhere.
And Lehman did win tonight 58-53 in a close game, though, against Medgar Evers.
Well, Medgar Evers, as you saw when they came here, you can't go to sleep on them.
Nice find as it's Edmay underneath. No call. He thought he got some contact. Fitzgerald going in strong. He's fouled on the way up and will go to the line to shoot 2.
Well, I'll tell you, the lifting weights makes a lot of things possible on the court. Shout out to Coach Alisi and his staff for the preparation going into this game. And knowing kind of what he had to do and they had to do to outlast John Jay.
So Fitzgerald good on the first.
David, we thought we were going to see one of the lowest scoring games of the year, and Baruch has come up with a pretty good number.
It was John Jay who was unable to match. John Jay, a team that averages 80.5 points per game, only at 55 right now. So Tucker into the game has the ball.
It's hard to believe they score that much, but I believe they score in close.
Tucker's 3 no good, around and out. There's a bunch of changes for Coach Highland as well as Diallo's into the game. And we also see Amari Jordan
again.
for
Baruch,
the first time.
Baruch in no hurry.
So it goes off Fitzgerald last, and it'll go back to the Bearcats.
It's just about running out the clock.
Kopech in the lane. He drew some contact on the way up, and he'll go to the line. And once again, just like the first half, second half ended with whistles.
David, I'm confused why Kopech wasn't in the game more.
Only 7 minutes of action tonight.
I mean, he looks like he can do a lot for a team that was looking for answers.
So Kone and Idir check into the game. Fitzgerald now on the far side. Chisholm out on him. Bailey going baseline, looking for options. Finds Edmay inside. Edmay working with the left hand and able to finish off the glass.
Great move by Edmay.
Kone going downhill, right to the basket, couldn't finish. Had the open layup with the right hand, just a little too strong. Now Kopech the other way, can't finish as well, and Baruch can dribble out.
Well, a little bit of theatrics here at the end.
Chisholm going to pull a three, and he knocks that one down. So that should do it for us, 87-59.
Well, an entertaining night, David, here on the campus of Baruch College. The women taking care of business. And, of course, the men finding a way in a very, very physical battle. We gave the roller derby analogy, but it was a lot of just mental toughness on the part of Coach Elise's team. And we're in a good place going forward if you're Baruch.
Yeah, and Joe, to your point, like almost a tale of two different games, right? You had the women's game ends in a 3-point game, very tight, back and forth. Needed Castillo to kind of take over late. This game very much over by midway through the second half.
Well, Nicholson made a statement, and everybody kind of pitched in. But again, it all starts, you take on the personality of your coach or your coaches. And that's what team we're looking at, both from the men and women. And also you take on the personality of your leaders, Mia Castillo and, of course, G. Nicholson. Well, Thursday night is going to be a fireworks explosion of a night for many reasons. And Baruch Nation, men and women, continuing their push to the ultimate goal.
Yeah, so that'll about do it for us here. Women extending their win streak to 8 games. The men trying to restart a winning streak have won 3 in a row and are now moved to 9-1 in the conference, tied with only Lehman, who we'll see shortly.
The drama continues. So Thursday night, again, we keep saying, biggest night of the year, possibly for Baruch Athletics.
And if Lehman win out and Baruch win out, the last game of the season for first place here in the CUNYAC. Doesn't get much better than that, does it, Joe?
No, but listen, that's how it kind of comes down to every year.
Yeah.
And CUNY just, again, getting it done in terms of men's and women's basketball. David, we were, joined by top student athletes tonight. We want to thank them. And again, Thursday night, the biggest night, hopefully Baruch Nation, come on out.
Yeah, it'll be Battle of Lex. The first game tips off at 5:30. The second game tips off at 7:30, hosting Hunter College. But once again, Baruch sweeping John Jay here tonight. The first game led by Mia Castillo. Baruch wins 69-66. And in the second game, kind of a two-headed monster between Gerard Nicholson and Brandon Goldberg. Gerard Nicholson leads all scorers with 28. Brandon Goldberg, 22 and 15 rebounds. Please come out Tuesday night for Battle of Lex. This broadcast has been in conjunction with the Baruch Athletic Department. For Joe Stozer, I'm David Just. Have a great night, New York.